Alright guys, what's going on? We're going to do some Floowandereeze test hands and combos today. I know you see the Eldritch, the Mad Golden Lord, and you're like, what? Yeah, that's just filler. The extra deck is very insignificant on this. However, I would probably fill it up with like some Link monsters, maybe a few unicorns, few phoenixes, stuff like that. But anyway, let's get straight to it. Probably want to throw like a Relinquished Anima, maybe a Salamangreat, Almirage, just some stuff so you can link climb. And you could probably throw a SP in there. But, I mean, this is supposed to be a budget deck, so you don't have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to show you a test hand, and then I'm going to show you like a full combo. So this deck can go first, but it's meant to go second, as you can see. Going second, we're in a lot better shape here. We would probably use the Imperm, then we would draw, which would suck for our draw. Hopefully we could go terraforming, add the map, activate the map. Hopefully we drew some interaction out here. We would go talents to draw. Let's go ahead and shuffle and cut. So that's one issue with this deck, you know, being going second. That's why I would actually change it up a little bit. So yeah, I mean we're not in great shape here for this hand. I mean, this is just a very poor hand, but we do have a Lightning Storm and an Evenly. So I mean, chances are we can break their board, and then we could also thrust for a Pot of Duality. So let's see if we can get anything off Duality. Alright, excavate there. Okay, so now we got a Robina. Now we're going full combo here. Okay, we're going full combo here now. Alright, like I said, now that was very RNG. We don't know what would really happen. But let's just pretend like this is our hand now. We'd probably have to use this to bait out any interaction and possibly break their board. But anyway, map effect, reveal Robina, banish. Here you can go ahead and banish the toucan, not the toucan, the Stree. So I would go normal Robina effect, chain 1, chain 2 Stree, add back to hand, grab an Eglin, normal summon an Eglin effect. Go ahead and grab our copy of Impen, normal summon again. This is gonna just banish anything, it doesn't really matter. Just banish that. Now we get to normal summon again. We're going to go ahead, since we have not used these, since we have not used their effects, to chain block. We'll go ahead and use that. Chain 1, chain 2, Robina to add back to hand. Impen, we're going to go ahead and add, since we have this in hand, we're going to add the Unexplored Winds. Now we're going to Unexplored Winds, activate that. So here's what our board looks like, and we still have not normal summoned yet. But unfortunately, we don't have another option for that. But we do have follow up. So we could probably break their board with this right here, and what all we had in hand. And if you know you got to use evenly matched first, do that. That's fine too. We would set the Dreaming Town. Now next turn, our goal here would be for them to normal summon, which would be possible. So we'd go effect of map to normal. We'd go chain 1, chain 2 Eglin, add back Eglin to hand. We're going to go ahead and get our toucan into play here, just because it's good to have all the birds. So now we would normal again, effect to add Raza, depending on the situation, typically you're going to depending on what's on their board. If they don't really have anything on their board, you could go for Mist Valley Avian. So now we would go ahead and normal summon the Mist Valley Alien. Not Alien. Mist Valley Avian. So Stree would go back. We haven't used Stree's effect this turn. And then Robina to bring out the Avian, Apex Avian. And now at this point we have a negate. We still have Dreaming Town. I'm sorry. Their normal summon. We would use one of our monsters with the effect of Unexplored Winds. And then take one of their monsters. So now we have a negate. They have no normal summon on field. They've used their normal summon up, impin, but it's all situational, of course. And now, if and only if they do something else, then we can still go Dreaming Town, normal summon this, and then send that back, you know, just to get more bodies on the field. But we don't have to do that because we're not going to have to do that because we're going to have a negate. We can add this back. If we use this negate, theoretically, this is our hand. So we're going to normal summon this off of Dreaming Town, effect, add back. Then we can normal again. Take their monster again. So, yeah. And then you have another negate because this is once per chain, not once per turn. So, and you're using the effect of Unexplored Winds. And then next turn, you can literally go full combo again. Plus, you can use the effect of Dreaming Town if you need to book their monsters. But you have a full combo here again. Map. I'm just gonna take these same monsters. So you would normal summon a Robina, go Eglin, then you would add this or another impin. Probably another impin here. You'd have a bunch of birds in hand. So you would at least have 2 birds in hand. And then maybe a couple on the field, 1 or 2 on the field. And you would just attack, make their attack 0, attack, make their attack 0, attack, attack, attack for game. So that's one version of a combo. Let me show you a hand, a 2-card combo that is insane. And then I'll show you a 3-card combo. I say a 3-card combo, but like I said, this deck's meant for going first. But going second, but you can go first. So let me show you what an ideal hand would look like. And this works going first. And going second, you would hope that you had some board breakers in order to bait out any interaction. This combo right here works with the map and any bird. So this is a 1-card combo. Activate the map, effect, reveal Robina. You can banish the Eglin. Eglin here, go Robina. Effect, chain 1, chain 2 to chain block. Add back the Eglin. Now we can go ahead and add Stree. We don't have anything engraved yet, but so actually I would go ahead and go for the Toucan because we're gonna have something we can actually use as effect with. And it depends on your hand. So, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Now we're going to normal summon Eglin. Eglin effect is going to grab us an impin. You want to set impin up as fast as possible. Now you can go effect to normal. We're going to normal these. Now if you open up Unexplored Winds here, that's fine too. So we've used Eglin. Now we can chain 1, chain 2 Robina, because you want this back in hand. You're going to grab Dreaming Town because you want to set up next turn. Now, your hand's going to look like this, all off of one card. You're going to set a Dreaming Town, and like I said, typically, if you're going first, you're going to have something else, like a Harpy's Featherstorm. Hopefully, and you can normal summon again. So that's what I was going to say here. If you normal summon again, then you can play this a little bit different, but I would probably just assume that you only have those two cards, the map and a little bird, because you still have 2 normal summons left. So here's what I was going if you would have already had like the map, no, I'm sorry, not the map. Oh, my mind. This one. If you already had like another M-Pin in hand, you could play this a little bit different, and you could possibly end with 2 M-Pins on the field going first. But it's all going to be situational. Or you could end with an avian. It just all depends. But anyways, this looks like a weak combo, but it's really not. So next turn, first thing they do, say they normal summon. Most people are going to normal summon. You're going to normal summon your own bird. Robina, chain 1, chain 2, Egglin. Add back Egglin to hand. Now this is where you're going to get Stree involved, because you're going to have cards in the grave by chance. Surely you'd have something in the grave by now. If you do, you can go Stree. So now you can normal Stree, banish something from the grave. Now you get to normal again. Egglin, effect. We're going to add, depending on what we need here, you could go into Ryza, and you could get rid of, you could normal summon again with Toucan. If there's a little bird or a Floowandereeze card in here, you could go Toucan, bring it back, then you can normal again using whichever ones we have not triggered this turn. So it would be Robina, it would be Stree and Toucan. Since you used a wind monster, you can go ahead and shuffle back a card from your either graveyard and 1 card on the field. Then if you used a wind monster to tribute, you can get rid of another card, send it back to hand. So anyways, the only problem with this combo is you don't end with a bird in hand, but it's fine because all you would have to do is, like I said, there's another route you could go with M-Pin where you do end with a bird in hand. So let me show you that. And 2 M-Pins is never a bad idea. But usually it just depends on this thing. So then you'd go chain 1, chain 2, Stree. Probably go ahead and chain 3, Toucan. So it's chain blocked. And then we would go ahead and go for Unexplored Winds, so that next turn we can break their board even more, and we would be able to just go full combo once again with the map. And then you still have your Dreaming Town here, which is not going to do much for you here, so I would probably leave that. Sometimes you have to use it, sometimes you don't. Anyway, so that's one way of a combo would look. Now let me show y'all a 3-card combo that looks basically the exact same. Let me grab that. So the only thing different is if you open a Harpy's Featherstorm. So in this case, this leads you, anytime you open a Harpy's Featherstorm and a Wind Monster, Like, let me just, for example, say you just open this and Harpy's Featherstorm, you're in a really good position because you can normal summon this even though you don't want to. Like, this is the only 2 cards you have that are useful. So you would set this at the end. You would set it at the end. Normal summon that. Go ahead and add you a N-Pin, because if you don't really know what's going on, he's the best one to add. Basically, what it surmounts to is you're most likely getting to the next turn if you resolve this. So then you can hopefully have some follow-up, you know, draw an X-Drive or something. That's why we play so much draw power with this deck. But that's basically the only other thing. But there's a chance that you could end on this and Dreaming Town with a bird in the hand. And most people cannot beat that. That is just too good. It's just too good of a hand. Alright, let me show y'all something about the extra deck that you may or may not want to know. Because this actually came up the other day for me. So they had this weird card that I could not attack with anything over 1900 attack. And his monster had more than all the little birds. So, number 1, you have this for link climbing, Salmon Great, Almirage. Because there are times where you can normal, if you know they're gonna, if you know they got Ash in hand or something like that, then you can link climb. There's a lot of times you'll end with a bunch of little birds. You can go into this and remove some kind of weird card like that. Also, you can link climb into Unicorn and basically do the same thing. Return it to the deck. Basically the same thing, just harder to get to. It's just, you know, this one does just spell traps, so that's the difference. So really, these would probably be the only ones you would ever go into. And then you could possibly go into Typhon, but that never feels like a good play. It always feels like you're down so bad. The rest of them are just basically useless. So what I would probably tweak is, if you can, bump this up to 3, bump this up to 3. I'd probably leave that at 1 and maybe put an Anima in there. But yeah, and then if you got SP, probably go with the SP. That way, there's just if you want to put 3 SPs, you can, but I understand if that's a little pricey. I mean, you can literally make Floowandereeze a very high-end deck if you want to. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I tried, like I said, Floowandereeze is one of the simplest decks that you can play, probably. But there is lines that you have to know when to use and where to use. I mean, you got like 3 boss monsters, and you have you really only have like 1 or 2 or 3 win conditions in the deck, and all the inboards look relatively similar. A big issue with this deck is if they set up a full board and you don't draw some actual gas, like all board breakers are nice, but if they have follow-up the next turn, you're in a bad position if you don't have the ability to go full combo. Because at the end of the day, this is technically a combo deck. A lot of people think it's just set Featherstorm pass, but I don't even main deck Featherstorm because this is a going second build, which I might actually change that, because there's a lot of times you can't OTK that first turn, and it'd probably be nice to draw it. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and y'all have a good one.